Okay. Yeah, this piece is in this state of progression. Yeah. And yeah, it's not going to be oriented in this way. I think I'm going to orient it in this way when all is said and done. But at this point, I'm working on it like that. And I did most of this before with a fine, it's fine, it's really fine, a fine Bic ballpoint pen, but I'm gonna use this medium nibbed ballpoint pen in this session. Well, to start the session. I'm not sure if I'm gonna switch or not. Time will tell. So let's say today I'd like to work mostly up in here. All right, so let's just get on it, shall we? Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah. Now this is all a bit sketchy. I use this term sketchy. I don't have another word. This is sketchy compared to, like, say, this area right in here, or even here. Okay. Now I have this clear line here, and I would like to blend it, so what I'll do then is hit this area at the threshold a little bit more so, and layer it up. Layering's always a good idea, but in lieu of time, I just decided to go for it and press a little harder. So yeah, I've kind of been hanging out a little too much if I'm gonna get a move on here. So I've been hanging out too much there. I'll come back with my the finer nibbed pen. Let's hit this. Now is a good time to show you how I will work it up with the fine nib. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference here. Right in here, for example. Yeah. Someone asked me the other day if I'm stippling. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's basically, that's doing this. Let me show you over here. It's doing this. Now you'll notice that it's not very consistent. The dots are not very consistent because the oil-based ballpoint pens, as opposed to the water-based pens, they come out, and this is the thing I like about the ballpoint pens, the oil-based ones, is that the ink comes out in almost a lighter shade of the ink that's in the chamber. So if it's black ink in there, it'll come out in kind of a gray, and you have to keep going over it until it's reached its full opacity. Let me put that in simpler terms. It comes out a little bit and like halfway at times. Whereas the water-based ink, it's yes or no, black or white, on and off, binary, right? So stippling, doing these dots like this, is easier and more effective with a water-based or a more consistent type of yes/no type ink than the ink, or the oil-based ink. So no is the answer. I'm not really doing like a traditional stippling. In fact, I'm going to cover these dots up as much as I can, because I don't like them. You see now I'm using the ballpoint pen, the fine nib ballpoint pen to do the larger areas. But notice it's a gray. It's a gray color, isn't it? Because the white of the paper is showing through. It's transparent, translucent. Let's move into this area up in here and smooth this out, especially the transition between full on and half on, like right around in here. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice transition there. It's pretty smooth. Now you have these line work. This line work in here it's a thing. It's kind of cool. It's got its own way about it, its texture, if you will. But I don't want it. I want it to be a little smoother. So I'm going to work on it a bit and smooth it out. So the way that I get rid of this texture and smooth it out is to work in between, like where I see that there's some a greater degree of white paper showing through. I'll hit that area till it's no more. My eye is not right up on there, and my vision is not the best, and it's pretty piss poor actually at this stage. I have little floaties in my eye, things I see, like when you wake up in the morning and some floaty is happening. Well, that's happening all the time in my left eye, so I gotta keep blinking so that I can get it out of the way. It's a little annoying. Gotta take care of that. Maybe something can be done. Magnets. Ball bearings. Okay. All right. Now what am I going to do with this area? I would like to close it in a little bit. It's a little too large. So I'll work on that perhaps, maybe, next time, next session. Yeah, I think 30 minutes is long enough for a session, eh? In the remaining seconds left, I'll just push around as much ink as I can. Okay. Yeah, Yeah. So that's where we are today. Was I happy with this session? Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty good. Pretty good. We'll see what happens next.